do you want to ask any questions for the two presentations we've just heard? Yes, please.
Thank you again for those two presentations. That was excellent. I heard big numbers. Here for FairCarboN, that's what, 30 to 40 million euros? Here,
80 million
80
plus
million
20
euros.
the external projects, so 100 million.
And then 1 billion for the EU mission. And at some point, are we aligning the project correctly? That's just, I'm not sure. And I don't have the ideas clear enough to see if we don't do the same thing twice in different projects. Can you, I don't know, maybe Pierre also?
Okay, let me take a few questions and then you can ask all of them. Any other questions or points you want to say to Claire or Suzanne? Okay, we'll answer that one. Yes.
Yes, I wanted to talk about the living labs, because indeed all programs have living labs. There are some in FairCarboN, but there are also in other PEPR like Solubiode, Forest and One Water, and also for at the EU level. And then, Suzanne, you spoke about alignment. I'm not sure if we are fully aligned regarding the living labs, and also on the definition that each one has on what is a living lab or what it should be. So I think that there is a subject, but I don't know if it's a question or a comment, but Claire, if we want to talk more about that.
I know that the definition has been subject of much debate. For me, what I understand is that there are places of co-creation, of exchange of knowledge, different categories of stakeholders. If there's diversity in this, I don't see the problem. The importance is that it exists. For me, for living labs.
One of the questions that arise sometimes, because 2 weeks ago there were the presentation of the first 25 living labs from the soil mission, and indeed what came out is the fact that they are all very different. But the question behind is how much real research is there behind that? I mean, it's a knowledge exchange, is working together. But what are the research questions behind those living labs? I think this is also something important. And just to let you know, the project I'm leading is just 3 million euros. So it's a very cheap one.
And there is no living lab in the EJP.
No.
Regarding alignment, replication, there is redundancy, indeed. And in the EJPSoil, we had some, for example, found out that different projects had planned exactly the same meta-analysis, so it's a matter of discussion, etc. And my perception is that there is redundancy between the mission soil projects. Now, even if there is redundancy, I think the challenge is at some stage that the different are aware of it and that there's discussion on results, that there is a common integration and synthesis of the results. And really, I would play that I think programs have such an added value. Research programs are much more than just a collection of projects. It's all this pre and post work on. Now, regarding the budgets, my personal fear is that there is a lot of attention on soils. Now, it's absolutely great. And there will be more calls. Go ahead. But after, I'm not sure it will not go down. So we have to be very careful to invest into capacity building, to invest into, increasing our capital of knowledge, of ways to work together, of how the data is stored, accessible, so that we will continue to live and foster.
Okay, I think that's come to a conclusion. I'm sorry, I was quite strict on the time, but you were very dynamic, and I think you've got your messages across. So a big round of applause for Claire and Suzanne. Thank you very much indeed.